Hello, my fellow handicappers. This is Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. In this video, we are going to provide picks and analysis for the 2021 Rebel Stakes at Oaklawn Park, a mile in the 16th on March 13th, Saturday, March 13th. It's race number 11, field of 8. Looks like about a 25% chance of rain or precipitation down there. Lord knows they had enough bad weather down in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and at Oaklawn Park, so I'm glad they're getting a little break. So it should be a fast track. So we shall see. So let's go one by one on these horses here. Again, a field of 8, and this is a race that's on the road to the Kentucky Derby. So these horses are hoping to make it to the starting gate of the first Saturday in May. Number 1, Caddo River. Brad Cox horse, winner of the Smarty Jones Stakes here at Oaklawn Park. It's going to be on the inside, which I think is a plus. I think there is some concern about this horse being an early speed horse and being on the inside. Can it get out fast enough to get to the early lead like this horse wants the lead? I don't think that'd be a problem. So definitely a contender right off the bat. 2-1 morning line for Caddo River. Number 2, Big Lake. Long shot that's interesting here. It's going to set off the pace for Steve Asmussen. Steve Asmussen has 2 horses in this race. It's won at a mile and 16th at the fairgrounds. A nice speed figure last time. Maybe use this horse in the win position, but certainly use this horse in the exactus tries and superfectas if you play those kinds of bets. Hoser, number 3, I believe that's how you say it. Hoser is also a long shot, 20-1 for Bob Baffert. Bob has 2 in this race. Bob Baffert owns this race. He's won 7 times, going for his 8th win in the Rebel Stakes. Oh my gosh. It's broke his maiden at today's distance. Been working out well. It needs to keep improving, but if it does, it has a shot here, I think. You always hear me talking about the other Baffert horse, the one that's not getting as much attention as the other contender in here, Concert Tour, which is the morning line favorite, which we'll get to. But definitely I would include this horse as well underneath. I think it has a puncher's chance of getting it done, that's for sure. I think horses that are in form, I think that's a main theme or one of the main things, big issues that you have to consider here. Because we have several that are coming off a layoff. Do you favor those layoff horses against, or do you give preference to the horses that are in more recent form? So number 3, Hoser has been working out well, so it's in pretty good form. And if he keeps improving, it's going to win at a big price. Number 4, get her number for Peter Miller, 12-1 morning line. If I just said Hoser's in good form or in good condition, I'm not sure about number 4. Hadn't raced since it won the American Pharoah at Santa Anita Park in September 2020. So I don't know. You're taking a gamble here. I know it's 12-1, but my goodness, that's a long time to be off the layoff. But these are good horses, so they might do better at layoffs than others because they have more class. Number 5, Twilight Blue. Here's a bomb for you. Should be closing in late. Does it have enough pace to close in on? That's what you want to kind of consider. But nice speed figure. If it's off track, which it doesn't look like it is now, maybe early on in the week it was looking that way, but I don't think that's going to happen. You would increase this horse's chances if this is an off track on Saturday, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. But still, at this price, at this number, this horse has an outside chance. We all saw what happened in the Gotham Stakes at Aqueduct. So you never know. You never know with these sorts of things. But definitely I'm going to be using this horse in the exactus tries and supers. Try to get a nice price underneath. Number 6, keep me in mind, another horse coming off the layoff. Kind of feel bad for this. Well, the horse doesn't care. So I shouldn't feel bad for the horse. The horse could care less if it didn't race in the Smarty Jones and had all this weather trouble down there in Oaklawn Park. I think it's been a victim of all the bad weather and stuff. So conditioning and form is, to me, an issue for this horse because it hasn't raced since it's the winner. It won the Kentucky Jockey Club, but man, it's been off a layoff for a long time. And I'm just not sure if this horse is ready to go against this field of other horses that are in better form, more recent condition. I think that's a tough task. It's a closer, so it's going to need quite a bit of speed to close in on. I doubt if we'll get that in this race. So for sure, at 5-1, it does have a legitimate chance to win, but I wouldn't put me personally, I'm not going to put too much stock in it. I think it's going to close in, come up a little short, so therefore use it in the second, third, or fourth positions. Number 7, Concert Tour. Here's the Baffert heavy favorite, morning line 75 favorite. Like I said, Baffert owns this race, the Rebel Stakes. It seems like he's got a good thing going, bringing his horses to Arkansas, to Oaklawn Park, and prepping them for the Kentucky Derby. Should give Caddo River plenty of company up front, or he'll just stay right behind him maybe. And we'll see if he can pass Caddo River. But 7-5, what else do you want to say? Baffert, 7-5, legitimate contender. Just whether or not you're willing to take a short price on that horse or try to beat that horse. Number 8, Superstock, the other Steve Asmussen horse. Hasn't raced since October. So again, here's a common theme, I think, with this race. You got so many horses coming off layoffs and they haven't raced recently. So are you willing to gamble on those horses that haven't raced in 3-4 months? To me, that would be a gamble unless the price is right. So how am I going to bet the 2021 Rebel Stakes at Oaklawn Park? Again, March 13th, Saturday, March 13th, race 11, going a mile in the 16th. You got several horses that have done well at today's distance, so that's a plus. You have several horses that are proven, that are in recent form, so that's a good thing when it comes to making logical, educated decisions, wagering decisions. You have some that haven't raced. To me, that's a negative. I don't think the ones that are coming off layoffs can compete against the ones that have been in recent form. So that's why I'm going to go with number 1, Caddo River. I think the post position's pretty good. I like the horse's running style, excuse me, in this kind of a race. Should get out there on the front end. And just got to hope that the jockey times it right. You got to hope that the horse gets out there from the gate, clears the rest of the field fairly easy, not get pinched on the inside as it's leaving that starting gate in the early stages of the race. Got to hope that it fends off good horses, what we think good horses like the 7 Concert Tour. So that's my win contender. But I'm going to have some nice exactas too, because I think we could find some prices underneath. I think as long as the finish is not 1-7 or 7-1, which means the number 1 horse Caddo River comes in first and number 7 Concert Tour comes in second, or vice versa, I think the Zacta is going to pay pretty good. So that's why I'm hoping that we can get that combination out of there and hopefully get a long shot like the 2 Big Lake, 3 underneath. The 5 Twilight Blue, I think, at a big price can really be a factor in these exotics. And I'll have to include the 6, keep me in mind, because with that closing style, yeah, it might not win, but it's probably going to factor in the top 3 or 4. So here's how I'm going to bet it. Number 1, Caddo River for the win. We'll see. Look, I ain't going to take 9-5 or less on this horse. I'll probably, if it's less than that, if it's a 2-horse race in terms of the win odds at post time, you have the Concert Tour being 7-5 or less, 6-5. You got Caddo River at 8-5, 7-5 or something like. I ain't going to win bets. I'm going to skip all that and go right to the exactas. And the exactas would be 1 and 7 in the win position. And then underneath, so that means in the second position, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So 1, Caddo River, 2, Big Lake, 3, Hoser, 5, Twilight Blue, 6, Keep Me in Mind, and 7, Concert Tour. I got to watch the 1 and 7 exacta pay probables, because that's probably not going to pay anything. If it's not returning anything, I'll probably not bet that. Hardly ever bet the 2 logical horses in exactas. I've seen too many horse races that I thought for sure was a 2-horse race, and some big long shot, some big bomb comes in second that did kind of make a lot of sense. And if I would have spread a little bit or included more horses than just naively assuming there's going to be these 2 really good horses that are really good win contenders, yeah, I got so many regrets in that. So we'll see what the 1-7-7-1 exacta combination is paying, but I'm certainly going to include the number 2, the number 3, the number 5, and number 6 underneath of the 1 and 7, and hopefully we can get a nice little payout in Hot Springs, Arkansas, Oaklawn Park. So who do you like in this year's Rebel Stakes at Oaklawn Park? Every year it seems like it's a really good indicator, or it has some say in the Kentucky Derby. So really be paying attention to these horses. I think historically it's been shown to be a nice Derby prep race. Leave a comment below who you like in this year's Rebel Stakes at Oaklawn Park. I love to hear from you every week. Each time I make one of these videos, I love hearing y'all's picks and who you think is going to win, or how different horses are going to factor in. Until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.